So let's look at the organization of the menu. Menus are typically organized the order in which they are usually eaten. Appetizers, soups, and salads are generally listed first. Sandwiches, entrees, vegetables, desserts, and then beverages. Variations in these categories depend on what the operation offers and the image that you want to promote. If a restaurant that offers small plates for sharing, they may break the menu tradition by breaking it up into types of small plates. Some large operations, you may actually have a menu divided by cooking methods. You might even have menus divided by categories, such as beef, pork, chicken, lamb, veal, um, and so you can vary from that a little bit, but overall, organizing a menu goes by the order in which you order the items. So planning the menu is first. The very first thing that you really need to consider is the physical layout of the facility. So what is your size? What is your storage? What kind of prep area and cooking area do you have? You need to be efficient in your production of the food. You also really need to consider the skills of the people that you are hiring. So if management wants to offer a menu of items that are highly skilled, delicate preparation, they need to have cooks and staff that can fulfill those needs. If you want ingredients that are easy to work with and inexpensive to produce, it would be a mistake to employ kitchen staff that is too highly trained and experienced. So the operations personnel must fit the menu that the planners create. You also need to be aware of the price and the availability of ingredients when you're planning a menu. So, fresh and seasonal ingredients are very popular with guests, but a menu that consists of many high priced ingredients, you might end up losing money for the operation because the food cost will make the items unprofitable. You need to consider what the operation can produce, but also the cost efficiency of the ingredients that you're buying. The wants and needs of the target market should come first. So if you like a particular item, but other people aren't going to buy it, but you just want it on your menu, that is a mistake. The focus should always be on the desire of the guest. An example of this might be an owner who loves an expensive and hard to obtain type of coffee that put on the menu doesn't sell any better than less expensive or more readily available coffee. You got to look at the expectations of the target market. So, the expectations of the target market are more important after an operation has become established rather than before. So, you kind of analyze those expectations, you see who your clientele is going to be, and then you can kind of differ and change your menu. So, if you don't stay true to the needs of its guests, you might choose to spend that they're going to go elsewhere. So consistency is one of the cornerstones of success in the restaurant and food service industry. And then finally, looking at your profit margin. No business can survive if it is not producing at profitable levels. So planners need to create a menu with profitability in mind. Profit is defined as the amount of money that's remaining for an operation after expenses or costs are paid. So for food service operations, this is what you have left over after you buy your food and beverages, the cost of preparing them, paying for your overhead expenses like rent and heat. And for a food, that's why a food truck is a good option because that profit margin, you have a little bit more playroom in there. When you design the menu, it needs to be easy to be read. You absolutely cannot have a menu that people can't read. So you want to look at what medium are you putting your menu on. So the medium is the like type of paper or how you present that menu. So thick paper stock is going to be more expensive and durable, and but it's going to be a little bit more elegant and kind of high class. Thinner is less durable and a little more casual. So menus can also be laminated. So this is done to save the menu, make it more durable, and make it easier to keep clean. Some people may put their menu on a blackboard that is visible to the patrons or even on a wall of the dining room. These are called menu boards. Sometimes a menu is verbal from the server to the guests. This is a spoken menu, and that can be good. In the time of COVID, a lot of people now are not giving menus. That's a pretty standard that has changed in the last few months. So now there's just a barcode on the table and you scan it with your phone and then you pull it up online. So that kind of gives you a little bit more options for making your menu as a web page with more graphics and design, which is kind of cool. And then the layout and how it's arranged is also important, and that is where you can really emphasize certain items as well. So the color is going to be very important to that visual presentation. So you want to stick with maybe the theme. So are you more romantic or rowdy? Are you sophisticated? Are you casual, expensive, or inexpensive? Um, Blue tones are usually associated with seafood. Orange and red are a spicier cuisine, like Cajun food. So that's something you want to kind of consider. Font is also going to be important. So the font can highlight certain elements. You have to make sure that they are easy to read. They're going to say a little bit about the personality of the operation. If it's flowy, if it's bubbly, might be better for like a kids menu. Scripted fonts give you a little bit more of a classical feel. The art on the menu can say a lot about the operation, so illustrations can be kid friendly to people. They can be a little bit more sophisticated. A 50s diner will maybe have like some cars, chili peppers are going to say spicy cuisine. So think about what art and graphics you're actually putting on your menu as well.